So, what advice would you give to a woman that's watching right now, or even a man that's watching right now? It doesn't necessarily have to be. It's just a human being, right? I mean, we all love, and we all have fear of love, and we all want to love, right? So, what's your advice for a human being that's like, I don't know anything about vulnerability, and my walls give me strength. My walls, make it possible for me to have a relationship. What do you say to that person, that can give them a different perspective on vulnerability and removing the fear that's in the way of love?
Well, for one, I always go back to this, but I firmly believe that you are who you attract, and I say this over and over and over and over and over again. And I feel like if you're walking into a situation, or if you're walking into a relationship with these walls up, you can only expect that the person that you're facing has those walls up as well. So you can't expect that they're going to come in and be vulnerable with you if you didn't go in willing to be vulnerable with them. So for me, I would say the biggest advice that I can give, speaking from experience, is if you're dating someone, or if you're already even in the relationship, that conversation needs to be had. I scared a lot of people off because I had that conversation like, I don't waste time. Either it is or it isn't. Either I'm for you or I'm not. Either you're for me or you're not. And I figured those things out very early. And you should be able to figure this whole situation out very early. So I think that if you can see yourself with someone for a very long time, knock those walls down. Because you're only putting a limit and a time frame on your relationship by having those walls up. And not only that, like I said, we don't know how long something is supposed to last. We don't place ourselves into situations even though we think that we do. Everything that we're connected with, that's the universe, that's God. You know what I mean? So it's like you were supposed to be in this situation for a reason. And if the reason wasn't to be with this person forever, the reason was to grow from it. Because we only ever grow from something.
So in a sense, the vulnerability, it allows for progression to happen. Because if you do have a wall, you're stopping what the universe is wanting for you to have happen.
Vulnerability is the realest thing that we have. So being vulnerable attracts real situations.
That's awesome.
Having walls up and being, I don't want to say fake, but being guarded attracts situations that aren't fully secured. And that's how I really feel like. I feel like if you have those walls up and if you walk into situations insecure, then you didn't even walk in knowing that this was a person for you. You didn't even walk in knowing that you wanted to be with this person. So how can you expect from that situation a true love, a forever lasting love to come from it? That's kind of how I see it. So
that's beautiful.
So I never walk into a situation with all of my guards up. I have. And then I realized I put an end date on this already. I walked in with an end date. Because I expected that this person was going to fuck me over. So it's like if you walk into a situation just knowing that this person is gonna just ruin your entire life, or thinking that they will, then they will, because you put that thought into there. And thoughts are things become true, so that's how I see it.
Awesome. Okay, so